So, how do complex dissociative disorder systems continue to form alters later in life? Let's get into it. We are going to be touching on multiple topics in this video, starting with how alters continue to develop in adulthood, then going into advice for new alters, and then I'm going to be doing a little bit of a meet the alters at the end of this video, as I am a new alter in the system and I will likely be fronting a lot. So first, since complex dissociative disorders are developed in childhood, how do alters continue to form into adulthood? This has a lot to do with the theory of structural dissociation. We have a video about the theory that we will link up here if you would like to check it out. So, as we stated in our video on the theory, alters form from a lack of integration of action systems being any action that achieves a goal, and the community refers to these as ego states. When these action systems conflict with one another, they may struggle to work together, causing them to fail to integrate and develop separately. Action systems continue to form throughout a person's life whenever they encounter a new situation where their current action systems can't achieve the required goal. If these new action systems are associated with trauma or stressors, they may still fail to integrate. In those without complex dissociative disorders, this usually presents as PTSD. But for those with complex dissociative disorders, these action systems may develop into new alters, as dissociating in that way is how the brain knows how to cope with trauma. Also, unlike those without the disorder, the divisions between new action systems does not need to be directly due to stress or trauma. It may not be able to be directly linked to what caused the action system not to integrate. It is very common for those with complex dissociative disorders not to know what trauma caused specific alters to form. For those with DID, as they have more than one apparently normal part, which are parts that handle day-to-day life, and have less connection to the system's trauma, new alters may form simply to take on day-to-day tasks that no one else in the system is doing, rather than as a direct response to trauma. How likely a system is to form new alters is called split tolerance. Those with low split tolerance will split very easily, even in cases where there is no overt reason for them to split, while those with a high split tolerance will split very rarely, if at all. Split tolerance occurs on a spectrum, just like every other dissociative experience. So most with complex dissociative disorders won't experience either extreme, but will fall somewhere in between the two. So, you formed a new alter, or discovered one that already exists, as this can still be relevant to them. Now what? Firstly, it's very normal for new alters not to know everything about themselves right off the bat. Some will, but that shouldn't be expected. New alters shouldn't feel like they need to know everything about themselves right away, and other members of the system shouldn't expect it from them. Take all the time you need to figure things out, And it is 100% okay to get some things wrong as you are discovering who you are as an alter. It is also okay for new alters, or any alters in general, to not divulge things to the rest of the system that they don't want to. There may be some things about some alters that it may be beneficial for the system not to know about right away, due to the trauma connected to it. No matter why the new alter exists, they are just as valid and just as equal to all other members of the system. It is important to respect them as they are. You don't need to know the why behind their existence for them to be valid members of the system. If your system has a lot of amnesia or struggles with communication, it may be good to have the information you want new alters to know written somewhere. This can include important places, contacts, who to reach out to for support and how to reach out to the rest of the system, and any rules you have for the system. This can be put in any place you expect they may look, and you can even make multiple to put in multiple potential locations, just to be on the safe side. Also, if you have struggles with communication, you don't need to focus on reaching new alters right away. Simply do what you can to reach out to them, such as leaving notes would be a great idea, and wait for them to respond when and how they want to, and are able to. It may not be quick or easy, but it doesn't have to be. You also don't need to know for sure if the new alter you think may exist truly exists, or exists in the way you think they do. There is a lot about new alters forming where you may need to surrender your need to know. It's good to document what you notice, but unless the alter reaches out to you, you may not truly know anything about them. And that's okay. Especially for those with high head counts, it is extremely normal to not know everything or everyone in your system, and it may take trauma work to uncover parts of it. I know that may be hard for some to accept, but it's good to be okay with not knowing everything. Now, who am I? My name is Amelia, and I am the new front-bound host of the system. I have been slowly splitting from Mia over the past few months. Mia is now more of a trauma holder and will probably not be fronting for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, third time's a charm, and our brain will figure out how to have a front-bound host without exposing them to so much trauma that they need to split a trauma holder, but we'll see. Right now, I'm using the body's age, but my age doesn't really feel like a solid thing. I'm both super mature and super childlike at the same time, so I'm not sure where my age truly fits. I'm not really aro ace like Mia was, and I think I'm more attracted to women than she was. But I am still female. In our world, I look a lot more like how we wished we did as a child, especially when it comes to my hair. I have very long, straight hair, which is definitely making me regret cutting our hair as short as we did at our last haircut. And I have brown eyes. I know my favorite color is some shade of medium blue, but I'm still figuring out a lot about my interests, so I'm not sure what else to say about that here. I know I seem to hold a lot of our childhood dreams, so that may end up being an important factor in what my interests are, but I'm not sure yet. But I think that's all I had to say in this video. If you have any questions or want to share your experiences with new alters or any tips you have for new alters, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. We also have a Discord server linked in the description if you'd like to come chat with us there. It would be great if you liked the video, if you liked it, and subscribe to see more content like this. If you want to learn more about what's been going on for our system recently, you can check out our video up here. Or if you would like to learn more about complex dissociative disorders, you can check out our playlist down here. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.